Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tayler Yarish Show. Thanks for being back here, sipping on my Panera iced coffee. Dude, it has been a godsend having this unlimited coffee from Panera. I mean, they really are trying to pull one over people's eyes and just get them hooked and think that they'll never use it, but they got the wrong guy. I mean, I use it every single morning. Panera's offering this thing, $8.99 a month, unlimited hot coffee or iced coffee, but there's only like 4 or 5 Paneras in the whole city. So they think that, most people are going to have to travel, 11, 12, 15 blocks to get to their local Panera, so they're not going to go use it. But our Panera is 2 blocks from our house, and so we use it every single morning. Is it wasteful? Shut up. Who cares? You know what I mean? They're the ones offering it, okay? And when it's unlimited, I mean unlimited. You can get it every 2 hours. You can re-up. So I get one in the morning, and then I'll go back. I'll go back and get a free one and sit there for like an hour and write. Like I am leeching off this place, and it feels great. I don't know if I've talked about this, but I just can't get enough. I mean, it seems like it shouldn't be real. And the first 3 months are free. First 3 months. This is not a sponsored episode. If it was, I would tell you. I'd be very excited about having a sponsor from Panera. But, 3 months free of coffee. You can't fucking beat it, dude. So, shout out to them. I have been obsessed with this Instagram account for quite some time now. And really just a lot of Instagram accounts like them. It's these business venture-y kind of Uber success model, like get your shit into gear and like just business, investing, money. And they just try to give you tips, and they're formulated into these memes and just you see them a lot with like any kind of social cause where somebody just creates some sort of poster with a bunch of facts and bullshit on it, and it looks nice and it gets retweeted and reshared and all that shit. But there's this one account, Business Emperors. Go follow them for a great laugh. Business Emperors, they're in their like bio, it says accounts like these love to use a lot of emojis, which I think does the opposite effect of what they want it to do. It makes it look more like a scam. You ever get an email, and in the email headline there's emojis? It's like fire, fire, fire. It's going to be spam. It's a spam fucking email. So in their heading, it says, there's a light bulb, it says, turn on your idea. Then there's the emoji of books. And then it says, oh, fuck, I fucked it up. It's sorry, Business Emperors. Light bulb, turn your idea, books, into an empire. Crown, and then what looks like some columned building. Maybe that's the capital. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But turn your idea into an empire. Then the next line is, it's the skull emoji. Facing your fears will liberate you. Fire emoji. This is just to hype up frat bros exiting their fraternity and graduating and just getting into the workforce like, yeah, bro, facing your fears will liberate you. Turn your idea into an empire. And then the content that they put out, it'll be like a picture of like a celebrity doing something that has nothing to do with then what the quote is. Here's one. It's a picture of Jim Carrey. He probably didn't say this, but it's a picture of Jim Carrey holding a microphone. It says, if you hang around 5 confident people, you will be the 6th. If you hang around 5 millionaires, you will be the 6th. If you hang around 5 idiots, you will be the 6th. No, that's not true. If you hang around 5 millionaires, you will not be the 6th. It's literally nothing to do with if you hang out with millionaires. That's not the fucking case. I get what the moral of the thing is. Who are you hanging around? I've heard this before. You're the common thread or you're the average of the 5 people that you hang out with or you associate with the most. I agree and I don't agree. I agree to an extent, maybe on like a personality level. Like if you hang around guys who are assholes, you'll probably start to act like an asshole. But in terms of a monetary return on who your friends are, I don't think that's right at all. I mean, how much money I have has nothing to do with the losers that I hang out with. You know, most of the people I hang out with do not have jobs right now. And, you know, did I have a job for a very long time? No, but it's not because of who I was hanging out with. It's because there was a global pandemic and I didn't want to go back to work. That's the bigger reason. But all right, let's find another one. Because they're all just so... I love the ones that they equate. They do this a lot. They'll show like a billionaire, and then they'll show them a picture of them at like 20 years old, and it's like 20 years old, had nothing, blah blah blah, and then it cuts to them now, and it's like $187 billion, and it's like, see, it's possible. It's like, hey man, I don't, you know. Wall Street is the only place that people ride to in a Rolls Royce to get advice from those who take the subway. Warren Buffett. Did he say that? We don't know. Sometimes you just have to play the role of a fool to fool the fool who thinks they're fooling you. Picture of the Joker. I don't understand it. The bird sitting on a tree is not afraid of the branch breaking because her trust is not on the branch, but on its own wings. Denzel Washington. What was he doing when he said that? What is that from a movie? Is that from what is? Hey man, we're going out. We're gonna get some wings. Denzel, you in? Yeah, I'm gonna get some Denzel. Do you want? What are you getting? You getting mild, medium, or spicy? You're getting spicy, dude. Aren't you scared they're gonna be too spicy? You know, the bird sitting on a tree is not afraid. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I post these on my Instagram a lot because I just get such a kick out of them. Yeah, here's one of them. Age 20, 1989, $0. So broke in his late 20s, he lived in his car. Endured years of brutal physical abuse, often leaving him unconscious, and attempted suicide during childhood. Cut to age 51, $1.4 billion. Tyler Perry. Like, hey, what exactly is the lesson here? Also, I hate it. Age 20, $0. You don't know. That's too clean a number. Maybe he was in debt even. But like just $0, $1.4 billion. The moral of the story is, hey, everyone has a sad story. No one gives a fuck. But like, I don't think this inspires people. I really don't. I don't think it inspires laughter out of me. That's what it. If I'm silent around you, it's either because I'm trying to figure you out, or I've already figured you out and I don't like you. James Franco. What are the scenarios these people are in where they're getting quoted like this? I'll never understand. But it's I recommend it. Business Emperors. I got 100,000 followers. It's a good time. It's a lot of fun. It's been night. Oh fuck! Hitting the goddamn picture. If you can hear raindrops in the background, by the way, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't stop the sound from coming in. Hopefully the mic doesn't pick it up. What can you do? Nothing. It's been raining the past few days. It's gonna rain all next week. But other than that, it's been really nice getting out, and yeah, New York's been beautiful. We get about 2 weeks of nice weather, and then it all goes to shit. So we've just been enjoying that. But I've been spending a lot of time in Washington Square Park. It's one of my favorite parks here in New York. And then I was reading about, so apparently a lot of local residents in this area have been complaining about the pop-up drug den that's sort of just inhabited Washington Square Park. There's a corner that has kind of just become infested with, people doing crack and shooting up heroin, and they're saying, oh, they're overrunning this beautiful place. It's this wonderful place. It's out of control. And you know what? This is what people in these neighborhoods do not understand, is that a beautiful place is a beautiful place. And what I mean by that is a beautiful place to lay down in the sun or read a book is also a beautiful place to shoot heroin. That's really it. You don't have a monopoly on the beautiful spaces. I mean, yes, normally you see people shooting up and smoking crack in a dark alley or in some dingy, abandoned house or something like that. But why? You know what I mean? These people like sunshine too. The same reasons that the local old guy walking his dog down the street in Washington Square Park, he likes the park for the same reasons that the crack smokers do. There's a bustling energy. There's the scantily clad college youth that's always around there. It's always a good time. So why not do your drugs in a place like that? There's tons of benches. You don't have to lean up against a tree to do it, although there's plenty of trees, so you can do that if you wish as well. It's really. Here's a quote from a local resident. "The zombies are near the fountain, as well as near the chess corner," end quote. This person watched I Am Legend last night. There's that great scene where they come over the Washington Square arch, the zombies do. And that's basically what they think is happening. But it's like, of course they're going to sit in the chess corner. There's free tables. They have this corner of the park, if you've never been, where these, it's like a scene out of that chess, the TV show, which, of course, that's where they're going to sit. There's free tables. Waking up early, going to the park, and snagging a free table so that you can shoot heroin, that's the real Queen's Gambit. That's the real move to make, because you just hold that all day. You can put out all your supplies or whatever, and you just, you know what I mean? They're not bothering anybody. They're just, as far as I know, they're just trying to smoke their crack in peace. I mean, these people, they're just like everybody else. They've been trapped indoors for the past year, shooting up in isolation, not getting any vitamin D. I mean, this is just not healthy. It's not healthy to shoot crack by yourself and not get any sunshine. That's when it really that's the unhealthy part. I mean, these people are trying to get out and see their friends. They're trying to congregate and see these people that they haven't seen in many moons. So let them have one corner of the park and shoot heroin. Yes, they're not the best at disposing of their needles once they're finished with them, but that's why we have a parks and of the park rangers and the team, because that's their job. Yes, they maintain the flowers and they water the plants and the trees, but would it kill them to pick up a few needles? Would it kill them? We have gloves. I mean, we've ordered a shit ton over COVID. You just take, you're planting some flowers in a bed and you come across a few needles, you throw them out. Oh, your job is so hard. They're just trying to get back out there. And yeah, there's some drug users. There's also some drug dealers. And I've had a run-in with a few of these folks. They seem very nice, and some of them, the deals that they're offering are incredible. The prices are extremely fair. I was walking through the park, just minding my own business, and someone offered me an 8-ball of Coke for $3.50. I mean, that's unheard of. That's an unbelievable price. $3.50 for an 8-ball of Coke? And the crack was extremely fair price as well. Very affordable. One guy even said that he would sell me the crack and then throw in a pipe for free. Free pipe? In this economy? Are you kidding me? Concrete jungle where dreams, I mean, they're not doing that in Chicago, I guarantee it. And these prices are way down. One guy was saying, what was it? $20 for a bag of crack, or 6 for $100. I mean, that's a steal. These guys are pitching sales better than Old Navy. People think it's just like the Manhattan real estate that took a plunge. No, it's the drug dealers as well. They're getting hit hard too. They're out here just trying to make a buck. You know what I mean? They had to lower. I mean, everyone's, these landlords are being held hostage by these, awful tenants that won't pay rent and they refuse to leave. I mean, what about the drug dealers that are just being forced to lower their prices because all the wealthy people have left town and, they're not buying the crack and the heroin anymore. So they gotta adapt and survive. And the article was saying that, the NYPD data is showing that there's a 73% increase in robbery and a 63% increase in sex crimes. But where is this real? It's probably not real. And who are these people? We're going to take care of this. This is why we have the social workers. Am I right? This is why they exist. How do we know it's not the social workers that are going out and doing the robbing? How do we know that the social workers are not robbing these poor drug dealers? We don't know this. Who are these social workers? Who signs up to be one of them? It's probably them that are doing the robbing. Am I right? I don't know. I think these wealthy neighborhoods have had it too good for too long. That's always the case, isn't it? Everyone wants to, let everyone do whatever they want until it's in their front yard. I mean, that's what happened in Los Angeles, Everyone, they just let it get overrun, and then there's 17 tents in your backyard, and you're like, all right, well, maybe we should figure out a better solution. And that's kind of what's... These people in Washington Square Park, they've had it too good for too long. They don't go to Tompkins Square Park. There's been heroin and crack and all that stuff for years. It's at the very entrance of the park, as soon as you walk in. And you know what? That's their spot. I don't bitch. I'm a New York City resident, and I deserve to have no crack in my vicinity. Well, what about them? Where are they supposed... I mean, if they're going to do crack and shoot heroin in the park, and the park rangers, the cops, if no one's going to say anything or do anything about it, or enforce the fact that there's, syringes all over and that they're yelling at people when they don't give them money, if they're not going to do anything, then they have every right to be there. It's not my job to say something. I don't care if you're trying to, bum me off heroin that's laced with fentanyl or something. Who am I to turn you in? You know what I mean? I'm not going to go viral. No one wants to go viral. I'm not doing it. Just let these people in peace, be in peace. You know what I mean? It's these rich fucks just complaining. It's gotten out of control. No, it's just gotten out of control here now. Like these people it's always existed. It's just that now they discovered your beautiful patch of grass, under the nice trees and in the park, and they're like, well, why aren't we shooting up here? I mean, this is every college kid, at NYU is tripping mushrooms and then swimming in the fountain at night, and no one gives a fuck about them. But someone wants to just take one faraway corner in the park and shoot heroin. It's not like they're in the area where the kids are. They have that modicum of respect, don't they? I don't know. I just want everyone to enjoy themselves. But speaking of the rich, there's I saw this thing. There's this school in New York. There's a lot of private, obviously, really good schools, private schools in New York, and there's some for, your grammar school, I guess elementary school is what we called it. And so there's one school in New York, the Dalton School. It costs $55,000 to go there. $55,000 a year. And they have this this class that this teacher or professor gave. I don't know if it's a permanent class or if it was just a lecture that they brought in. Basically, there's this class of first graders, and there was a sex education class for the first graders that covered, like masturbation and a bunch of stuff that's probably just not super age appropriate. And I was looking, I'm like, who's signing up to teach that class? Like, what? Let's look into that person. And this teacher also gave a lecture or taught a class at the Columbia Preparatory School. They're a health and wellness educator, which it used to just be called health class. Like, I forget what age we were, but you go into health class, they show like some medical slideshow where it just showed you, hey, this is a penis and this is a vagina, but you've already explored that. So we're just going to shut up and your parents can either tell you the rest or not, and then you figure it out on your own. There's no more figuring it out on your own. And so this teacher was at this grammar and prep school, and the lesson that she was teaching was on intersectional. First of all, I hate that word. I hate the word intersectional. I don't know what it means. I haven't looked it up, but I see it everywhere. The intersectional focus on mainstream porn. So there was some slide presentation that had lessons on how porn takes care of the 3 male vulnerabilities, statistics on the orgasm gap, and the analysis of what is porn and what is art. Can you imagine teaching that class to children? The difference between what is porn and what is art. Today's class, we're going to show you the difference between Shakespeare and stepmom porn. Strap in. I mean, what is going? This school, it's $47,000 a year. Slideshow talked about porn terms, including cream pie, anal, stepmom, and more. I mean, what's the homework? Get a Brazzers account? I mean, I couldn't believe this when I was reading it. And these parents are all upset at the school. How could you be teaching a class like this? Listen, parents need to understand you're no longer involved in raising your kids. Okay? It's just the way it is. Sorry. You don't get to raise your kids. You get them after 3 p.m. All right? Beyond that, you're in our house. If you're paying $55,000 a year to send your kid to a school, and that's not a college, you deserve whatever you get. You deserve whatever you get. I mean, I don't think you need to pay $55,000 a year to teach a kid math. I really don't. I think you just send them to a private school. They just come out entitled. They come out thinking they're better than people, and that's something that they should develop later in life. I think first grade is a little bit too early to thinking that you're hot shit and you're walking out, spitting on homeless people. I think that should be something for later. I think public school is the way to fucking go. You got to send them to school because everybody's mixed in there. Everybody, there's such a range in the level of class potentially. You know what I mean? You meet all different types of people. You don't want to go to the school where everybody's family can afford $55,000 a year to teach you what a cell is and learn about mitosis, and you dissect your first frog. I mean, you at those schools you get the highest quality frogs to dissect. I mean, these are just the cream of the fucking crop Michelin star frogs that you're getting to dissect. I mean, I really don't know what this is what you're paying for. This is what you're ultimately going to pay for when you pay $55,000 a year for your teachers to come in and teach you about Brazzers and to not beat off on the train. That's they showed this video. I'm not going to find it. I can't pull it up, but it was basically like a cartoon, and there was like a little kid in the cartoon who was like, why does my pee-pee point up towards the sky when I touch it or something like that? And then this talking duck is like, oh, I know what you mean. And it's like, hey, I'm not saying we shouldn't teach kids about, their private parts and all that shit. But if we have to do the communicating through a talking duck, maybe it's a little early for the lesson. if we have a talking duck and there was like a platypus talking about the vajayjay. If we need a platypus to convey these terms, maybe it's just a little bit too early. Okay? And if you think that if you need to show a video in class about how you shouldn't touch your private parts in public, then those kids were not disciplined by their parents enough. I mean, you should know by that age to not, pull your pee-pee out at the park or whatever. Or maybe you do. Or maybe you do and you get scolded in public and and you're shamed in front of strangers and then you don't do it ever again. I've never just seen a video and then I don't think I've ever just like seen a video and I'm like, oh, okay, that is now going to change my behavior forever. No, it's always I do something, I fuck up, something traumatic happens, and I'm like, nope, not going to do that again. If I saw a video on, hey, don't put, or a warning label, don't put your hand on the stove because it's hot, that's not what stops you. What stops you is you put your hand when it is hot, you burn your hand, you're like, fuck, I'm never going to do that again. So I don't know. The point is, send your kids to private school because it's worth it. It's fucking worth it. I don't know, man. I don't remember much of my elementary school experience and all that shit. The only thing I really remember from elementary school, and I was thinking about it recently just because they're coming back, is elementary school is when the cicadas hit Maryland. And the cicadas hit Maryland hard. And they're coming back, and I'm super excited about it. I forgot about them. I mean, cicadas, they were a big part of my rearing, would I say, because I used them to my advantage. I wasn't good at making friends, but I was a gross child, so what I would do to impress the other kids is I would take cicadas, I'd bring them into school, and then I'd go into the bathroom with people that I wanted to be my friends, and I'd bite the cicada's head off to impress them. That's a true story. That's a real thing that happened. I wasn't good at making friends, so I'm like, what can I do to really wow them? And so I brought in live cicadas and bit their heads off in front of children. I mean, this is, if this happened nowadays, I would be, videotaped and it would go on Twitter and something like that. But like, that's what I did. I was like, how can I get these kids to like me? It was early in the days of Fear Factor. It was blowing up. You had to eat bugs and do all this shit. And that was a popular show. So I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to fucking do. That's my angle. I can do that. So I swear to God, I thought about dipping them in chocolate first. I was like, oh, we could get, I'll bring in chocolate-covered cicadas and we'll just, we'll pass them around like we're doing drugs or something. So it felt like we were doing something so mischievous. Like we had to meet up in the bathroom and everyone's like, yo, you got the stuff? And I'm like, I got the stuff. And I pull it out of like a small Tupperware container and it's still alive, crawling around. God, I can't believe I did that. And I take it out and I'm like, you guys fucking ready? I was so like fake confident. Inside, I'm like, God, I hope this works. Please like me. And took it. And I just did the head because the body seemed like there was too much going on. The head was just a little crunch. You get it down quick. And it also just seemed more savage for some reason, It's a straight Ozzy Osbourne, a cicada in front of your hope to be friends. And that's why I am today. You know what I mean? You don't know what experiences are gonna be a part of who you become, I'm glad that I had the elementary school experience where, I was biting the heads off of bugs to make friends instead of being shown videos about what bukkake porn is and why I like to touch my pee-pee. So, and oh god, yeah, it was such a weird video. I urge you to go find it. they were like, why do you call it a pee-pee and you laugh when you call it that, but then you say penis and you say it in a serious tone? And it's like, hey, can we get this lesson not from the talking flower? This is fucking weird. And then the little girl was like, I have a vulva. It's like, I'm going to be put on a list just for playing this. And somebody made this to teach to children. Can you imagine getting that voiceover gig? Can you imagine? Like, you're an actor and you're like, all right, I finally got a voiceover part. What is it? Oh, it's for a sex ed child video. You're playing the talking platypus who explains what a vulva is. All right, I guess. I mean, how much does it pay? All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's for a private school, I get. Yeah, I mean, if they want to pay it, I'll do it. I have a pretty good, I do a pretty good young girl, so we're going to, okay, send me over the script. We live in strange times. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking. I keep hitting this fucking picture frame. I don't know what I'm talking about. I should say this. A lot of what I've said here is in jest. I'm just trying to laugh at things. That's it. That's all you can really do nowadays. Is just try to laugh at it. So that's what we're doing here. Yeah. And if you didn't like anything that I said, please share. Please share to maybe other people that you think wouldn't like it. I'm just trying to get more views. That's all. That's what it's about, baby. That's all it's about. So whether you like me or hate me, like, share, and subscribe is the point. All right, that's the podcast this week. Thank you for listening. We'll see you back next week. Enjoy your time, and yeah, we'll see you.